What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? What's going on today, everybody? This is your guy Joe Martin. I got a special live today for you all. I know a lot of people. I just asked the question last week. How many of my followers, friends, family members, and just people that come along um, have it in their desire to become a homeowner. So today, what I wanted to do, man, is first and foremost, I want you all to share this video because it's a lot of people that want to become a homeowner and they just don't know how. It's a lot of people dealing with certain challenges within their credit file that won't allow them to become homeowners. It's a lot. I talk to a lot of people that always say, um, I talk to a lot of people that always say they thinking about going the NACA route, and I always tell people like, once you really got your credit profile together, you won't need NACA. You know, when you got your credit situated and you got the cash flow and the income to get that house, then you won't need a company like NECA. You know, so today I got a really special live for you all, and what I want you to do is I want you to share this video because, like I said, there's a lot of people that want to become homeowners, and I'm about to show you how to become a homeowner and give you some tools that you can start utilizing to adjust certain things within your situation so that you can become a homeowner, you know. So with that being said, I'm going to jump off for a second, but I want you guys to make sure you share this video because there's other people that's going to need this information. Um, and the person that I see share this video the most, or tag some of your friends, because I just want people to understand like it's not hard to become a homeowner. It's not hard to get your credit back right to where it needs to be. A lot of times we just don't know how to do certain things. I always go back to the biblical term that they always say, our people perish from the lack of knowledge. And that's very true, you know, and it's still happening. And that book was wrote so many years ago, but it's still happening. But we're not perishing physically, we're perishing financially. So a lot of times, if you understand like the finances, if everything is not correct, it's causing people to have frustration, it's causing people to have stress, and all of that frustration and stress is causing health issues, physical health issues. So I just want to share this video, man. I just really wanted to come on here and talk with you guys and break a few things down. And let's talk, So with that being said, I was gonna jump off, but I think I was able to get everything situated that I needed to get situated. So we're gonna dive right in. So I'm gonna pull up my other screen. I got a PowerPoint. I got like 60 slides. We're not going, for time's sake, it's Sunday. I know a lot of people they're concluding their weekend with their family. But what we're gonna do is we're just gonna jump in. I'm not gonna share all 60 slides today, but I'm gonna share the most important. I'm gonna share a lot of pieces out of it that's very important that you need to know. Okay, so let me pull this up real quick and let's dive in. All right, let's talk now. Here we go. So what we're gonna talk about today is discover how CEOs are increasing their credit scores so they can get access to business funding and leverage and scale their company. Now, if y'all know, I work with a lot of business owners. I work with a lot of business owners. I help a lot of business owners brand their company. I help a lot of business owners expand and grow their company. I help a lot of business owners get access to working capital. So as you know, a lot of business owners, they use their profits and they use their savings to scale their business. So at some point in time, using your profits and using your savings to scale your business, a lot of times you run into a crunch. You run into a place where you either run out of funds, you deplete your savings, and now it's stress because you don't know how to move forward on that situation. So I help a lot of business owners get in position so that they can start utilizing business credit and utilizing the business so that the business could stand on its own. Okay. My goal by the end of this training You will understand how to increase your credit score without removing collections and derogatory items from your credit file. So I'm gonna show you some strategies in this here on how you can actually increase your credit score without removing collections and derogatory items from your file. See, a lot of people have collections, a lot of people have derogatory items that's on their credit file. And those items, yes, they do hold the score down, but there's other ways that you can increase your credit score before you even remove those items, you know? So we're going to talk about that. By the end of this training, you're going to understand how to increase your score without removing collections and derogatory items from your file. So, like I said, y'all make sure y'all share this video because I'm putting a lot of information out here, and I know it's a lot of people that need this information. So, you probably got somebody on your page that needs to hear this information as well. So, let's not be selfish, y'all. Let's share this information so that everybody could get access to it and understand what's going on. And like I said, to all the people that share this video, I'm gonna pick some people. I don't know. It's shared everywhere, but I'm gonna pick a few people, and I'm gonna probably bless you with a 4-day, 3-night vacation just for sharing and just for not being selfish. But by the end of this training, you will understand how to increase your credit score without removing collections and derogatory items from your file. Okay, let's go. If you stay into the end, I have a free gift that will help you get results even faster. So if you stay to the end of this video, I got a free gift for you to help you get the results even faster. And I'm going to show you what that free gift is at the end of this video. So I want you to make sure you stay to the end. Listen to everything that I'm saying. Make sure you get a pen, make sure you get a pad because we're talking about your future, we're talking about your life, and we're talking about things that you want to accomplish for your life. If you got kids, I know you want to put your kid in the house. I know you want to do a lot of things. It ain't nothing like seeing your kids run through that brand new house to pick their rooms. It's just that whole feeling of excitement, seeing those kids run through the house. This my room, I'm picking this room, this one mine. Then they go into the backyard, running all through the backyard, and they happy. It's a good feeling because I remember when I bought my house, the way my kids ran through it, picking their rooms and looking at everything. It was a beautiful feeling. I think everybody deserved to have that feeling or should at least experience that feeling. Okay. So if you stay to the end, I got a gift for you. Okay. I got a gift for you at the end if you stay. So I always tell people to start with the why. Why do you do it? Why do you want it? Why is it that you want to have a great credit profile? You know, why do we get up every day? Why do we go hard the way we go hard? You know, if your why is strong enough to make you cry, then that why is something powerful, right? If your why is strong enough to make you cry, then it's powerful. So just so I could be transparent with y'all, my why is my family. That's my why. My why is my family. Every day when I wake up, I know that I got people that's depending on me to deliver. Okay. Every day I wake up, I know that there's people that's depending on me to deliver. My two daughters, my granddaughter, my son, my wife, and so many other people are depending on me to deliver. So therefore, I know that I have to make sure I continue to push hard. I got to make sure that I go hard, and I can't let anything, any little rejections, I can't let nothing stop me from pushing to continue the mission. So my why is my family. Your why might be something totally different, but my why is my family. And this is why I go hard. This is why I do what I do. This is why I jump on here. And this is why I make sure I'm always advertising and pushing what I do. So if your why is strong enough to make you cry, then that why is going to push you to do all the great things that you are going to do. Let's go. What makes this different? All right. There's nothing for sale. I'm not selling nothing right now. Okay. This just some free content that will revolutionize your life and your business. All right. So I'm not even on here. This right now, I'm not on. It's a time to sell and it's a time to share. Right now, this is just a time to share. So I'm sharing this information with y'all because I want y'all to understand that it's not hard. I want y'all to understand that everything that you want for your life, you could get it, you know. but sometimes we have to make sure that we listen to the experts. Sometimes we have to make sure that we apply and implement things that we learn along the way. Okay, so that's what makes this different. Who am I? My name is Joe Martin. Okay, here's a few things that I've done and a few things that I'm proud of, a few things that I'm happy for. I helped well over 20 families become homeowners. I'm happy about that, y'all. You know, I've helped well over 20 families become homeowners. I've helped create and assist business owners and investors access over 1 million in assets multiple times. Okay, so I've helped people get assets that was over $1 million multiple times. Okay, I've educated and coached many business owners how to structure and build a fundable business. Like I said earlier, that's what I do. You know, I help people build their businesses. I help people do great things and expand their business. Uh, the last thing, you know, I've helped many people tap into their power of purpose and gain financial confidence on their journey. You know, at the end of the day, man, it's about having financial confidence. It's about being able to walk into that bank with your head up, your chest poked out, and saying, "This is what I want," and leaving out that bank with that. You know, a lot of times we walk in the bank, we kind of bashful, we kind of scared because we don't even know where our credit score is. You know, I even tell people a lot of times when we walk into a car dealership, we walking in there with a blindfold over our face and our fingers crossed. The blindfold is because we don't even know where our credit profile at. We don't even know where our credit scores are at, you know. And our fingers crossed is because we hoping that this car dealership say we could ride off in the car, you know. So we have to adjust our mindset. We have to change some things around, you know. The definition of insanity is to continue to do the same thing over and over and expect a different result. If you want a different result, you're going to have to do something different. Okay? If you want a different result, you have to do something different. You cannot continue to do the same things that you've been doing and expect a different result. It's not going to happen. You know, it's not going to happen. So sometimes you have to change the way you move, you have to change the pattern, you have to change a lot of things, you know. So if you want a different result, sometimes you have to do something different. All right. And I can't stress that enough. I was going to continue to get the same results that I had in my life if I didn't change up, if I didn't adjust certain things in my life. I would have got the same things that I have been getting, you know. So at some point in time, I had to adjust my mindset. I had to change a few things around. And I'm going to tell y'all this right here. Sometimes if you can't change your friends, you have to change your friends because we are a product of the environment that we are housed in. So if we are around certain individuals that keeps hazardous lifestyles around us, we will become a product of that. So sometimes we have to get away from certain people. Sometimes we have to lose certain people along the way. It's no problem with that, y'all, because at the end of the day, it's all about you. You know, it's all about your family. You have to sit back and look at who putting bread on your table. You have to sit back and look at who's taking care of your children. Sometimes we got friends in the world that we love. Yeah, we love them, but at the end of the day, I love my family more than anything in the world. And I don't want to put myself in a situation where I'm taken away from my family because the love that I got for my friends, you know. So I'm gonna tell y'all, like, don't be so loyal to somebody that you disloyal to yourself. Say that one more time. Don't be so loyal to somebody to the point that you disloyal to yourself. Okay. You got to make sure that you be loyal to yourself. All right. So now let's move forward. I done a lot of things wrong. I mean, I done a lot of things right in my life. You know, I done a lot of things right, you know, but I also done a lot of things wrong. You know, I did a lot of things wrong. Um, but I don't glorify the things that I done wrong, you know, and I actually embrace the things that I done wrong because everything that I done wrong in my life, it created who I am today, you know. All of the ups and downs, the roller coaster ride in life, all of that, you know, I embrace that because if I didn't go through those things, I wouldn't know, you know, how to pivot and how to move today. So I embrace that. I'm not even gonna get into my backstory today. Like I said, for time's sake, I'm not gonna get into my backstory. most of y'all know me. Most of y'all know the things that I've been through in my life. Most of y'all know the heartache and the pain that I've been through with from losing my kids and losing my father, and losing a lot of people along the way in life, man. A lot of people know that. A lot of people know the people that's close to me that really know me. They all know the state of depression that I was in, and I had to fight my way through that. At one point in time in my life, I could have cared less whether I lived or died, just because of the tunnel that I was in and because of the situation that I was faced with. I could have cared less whether I lived or died. I always tell people God takes some of his strongest soldiers through some of the hardest things in life because he know that one day we're going to stand in front of somebody and say, man, I've been there, you know, I've been there. So sometimes we go through some of the roughest things in life. So, like I said earlier, I embrace every storm. I embrace every experience that I went through in my life because all of those experiences are things that pushed me to be who I am today. You know, so I'm not gonna dive all the way into my backstory, but just know I've done a lot of things right in my life, but I also done a lot of things wrong, you know. And I'm just glad that I'm still here to be able to sit on a pedestal that I'm on and share information with y'all so that y'all can level up. Okay. Personal credit, man. Listen, at the end of the day, financial literacy isn't something that we inherit, right? It's not something that was brought up in our household. You know, the greatest ideas and visions down the vine without the knowledge and the know-how to move forward. What I do is I teach and I empower and I help you build a healthier business and credit profile. So what I want to do is I want to show you guys the algorithm. I want to show you the formula. I want to show you the system of what's actually creating your score. A lot of people have great credit scores, they don't know how. A lot of people have challenged credit scores and they don't know why. Being accredited is such an essential part of our everyday living. It's such a important part of our life. I think we need to know everything there is to know about how our score is generated. A lot of people out here guessing. A lot of people be guessing. A lot of people be trying to figure out. A lot of people just be guessing. They'll hear this person say this. They'll hear that person say this. They'll hear their parents say this. They'll hear their grandparents say this. And it's just really guessing. But I'm finna show you the true algorithm. I'm gonna show you the true formula of how your score is actually being created. Credit is the gateway. Credit is the gateway to everything. So this is how you're gonna actually pivot. This is how you're gonna position yourself so that you can go out here and do these great things. Okay. So now let's talk about this here, y'all. So I'm finna show y'all how to walk a person from a zero to a hero. All right. And what I mean zero, I'm not talking about just a zero, just a person being a zero. No, I'm talking about the credit score. Okay. Because we all heroes, but I'm going to show you how to walk from a zero to an 850. All right. So now this is when you really need to get your pen and your pad so that you can write down some of these notes and you can start implementing some of these things in your life so that you can start adjusting your credit profile. At the end of the day, the main goal and the objective is to optimize your personal credit profile so that you could go get the things that you want. But also, when you do, for business owners, when you do go out and get business credit or business lines of credit or business credit cards and things like that, sometimes you might need to be a personal guarantor. So, in order to be a strong personal guarantor, you have to have a strong personal credit profile. You hear a lot of people out here saying, go get capital. You don't have to worry about your personal credit. I don't agree with that, because at the end of the day, a lot of these financial institutions are going to want to see your personal credit profile to determine if they're going to give your business that line of credit, especially if the business hadn't been established for a long time and you don't have a whole lot of money rolling through the business. Sometimes you might have to be a personal guarantor to back that business line of credit. So you always want to make sure when you go in the door, you want to make sure that you got your personal credit profile strong. You want to make sure you got it right. What's up, Simone? You want to make sure you got it strong. Okay, so let's go over this real quick. All right. First, before we even get into these numbers that y'all see at the top, don't even worry about the numbers that you see at the top right now. Let's go through the system. Let's go through the algorithm first before we even get into the numbers. All right. So now it's five factors combined that's creating your credit score. Okay, it's 5 factors combined that's creating your credit score. Now, those 5 factors is you got payment history, utilization, you got age, you got mixture, and then you have inquiries. Okay, so those are the 5 factors combined that's creating your score. So let's just go through this real quick. Payment history makes up 35% of your score. So in that 35%, so we right here at the top, y'all. So come up to the top where you see payment history. Payment history makes up 35% of your score. So in that 35%, you're getting 192.5 points. Okay. So now if you're wondering where the percentage come from, because the percentage have to pull from somewhere. Now the distance from the on your credit score, the lowest score that you could possibly have is a 300. The highest score that you could have is an 850. The distance from 300 to 850 is 550 points. So that's where the percentages is pulling from. So 35% of 550 is 192.5 points. Okay, so if you ever was wondering where it was coming from, it's pulling from the points that's available, which is the 550 points. All right. Now, payment history make up 35% of your score. So in that 35%, you're getting 192.5 points. So when you got collection accounts, when you got charge-offs, when you got late payments, when you got derogatory marks on your file, it's pulling away from that 192.5. So it's pulling away from that 35%. So what you want to do is once those items start to fall off the file, you will start getting your points back in that 35%. So you'll start getting more of that 192.5. Okay. Now, credit utilization. Utilization makes up 30% of your score. So in that 30%, you're getting 165 points. Okay, you're getting 165 points. Now, in order for you to get utilization, you have to have some type of revolving account, which is a credit card or a line of credit. All right. So a lot of times when I'm talking to people and their credit scores is up under a 600, most of the times I know either they don't have a credit card or the credit card that they do have is maxed out. Okay. Now, in order for you to get the bulk of that 165 points coming from the 30%, you want to make sure that your utilization stay between 1 and 7%. So if you ever notice when your utilization go up, your score come down. And the reason why your score going down is because the higher your utilization is, the least of this 165 points that you're getting. Okay, so you want to make sure that you keep your utilization between 1 and 7% utilized so that you can get the bulk of that 165 points that you're getting from utilization. Okay. Now, the next factor is age. Age makes up 15% of your score. So in that 15%, you're getting 82.5 points. Okay. You're getting 82.5 points. Now, every file, every trade line that's on your file has age attached to it from the time that it was open. So from the time that that account was open, it's starting to generate organic age. Okay. So if you notice, a lot of older people have really good credit files or credit scores because they getting the bulk of that 82.5 points on the file. Okay. So imagine somebody that's 60 years old that's been having credit since they was 20 years old. Imagine how much age is on their file. Now, age maxes out between 10 and 12 years. So when you get between 10 and 12 years on your file, then you're getting the bulk of that 15%. So you're getting the bulk of that 82.5 points. All right. Now, age could be fabricated. Okay. Age could be fabricated. And what I'm going to do real quick, I'm going to shift to another slide and then I'm going to come back to this slide because I want to break down age to y'all, right? I want to break down age. So let's shift over to this next slide. All right, so let's talk about age real quick. All right. Now, the way that you calculate age within the file. Let's take this guy named Tim right here. Okay, he right here, y'all. I'm on the wrong side. But let's take Tim for example. Tim have 5 accounts on this file, all open 5 years ago. So to calculate the age, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the 5 accounts that Tim got and we're gonna combine the years together. So if he got 5 accounts all open 5 years ago, combined, he got 25 years combined. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that 25 years combined and we're gonna divide it by how many accounts he got, which is 5. So 25 divided by 5, Tim's average age is 5 years old. So based on the fact that he got an average of 5 years old on his file, he's getting some of that 15%. So he getting some of that 82.5. Now let me show you how you could fabricate age. Let me show you how you could fabricate age. Let's say, for instance, if Tim called his grandmother and he said, "Hey, Granny, how many credit cards you got?" And Granny say, "Well, Tim, I got one credit card that's 30 years old." And Tim say, "Grandma, can you add me on that card as an authorized user?" And grandma say, "Yeah, Tim, no problem. I can add you on there as an authorized user." So grandma adds Tim on her credit card as an authorized user. All right. So now Tim no longer have 5 accounts. Now Tim have 6 accounts. Okay. Tim no longer have 25 years because grandma just added 30 to his 25. So now Tim got 55 years. Okay. So now instead of us doing 25 divided by 5, now we're going to do 55 divided by 6. So now Tim average age just went from an average of 5 years to an average of 9.1. So when he went to 9.1 years average, guess what? He got more points coming from that 82.5, coming from the 15%. He got more points because his age grew just by grandma adding a 30-year-old account to his file. That's what you call an authorized user trade line. Okay, now I'm gonna tell y'all something that's very important because a lot of people be so score driven. A lot of people be so score driven. They want to see a score, 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 score. That's all they concerned about is the score. But you have to understand that it's always content versus score. See, you want to make sure that you got the right content. You want to make sure that the content on the credit file is correct. Okay. So let me explain something to you. I had a guy call me one time. He said, "Joe, I got a 760 credit score across the board. I keep going into these banks. These banks not giving me nothing, man. I keep running into a wall. They should give me everything that I asked for because I got a 760 credit score." See, he was score driven. See, he didn't understand when he didn't understand that it's content versus score. So I told him, I say, "Well, listen, set up an account with my company. Let me go do an analysis on your file. Let me see why you keep running into a wall." So when he set up everything, I pulled his file, I did an analysis. True, he did have a 760 credit score across the board, but all his content, he had all authorized user trade lines on his file. You know, let me tell you something. The authorized user trade line, true, that data do track over on your file and it can be beneficial towards your file, but the banks and the underwriters want to see what you're responsible for. So if I'm looking at, let's just say if that was Tim, if Tim had all authorized user accounts on his file, all responsibility from somebody else, the underwriter looking like, where your responsibility at? Where's your responsibility? So I had to tell him, I say, "Listen, yeah, you got a 760 credit score, but all your score is based on an authorized user account. You got to get some primary accounts on your file. You got to show them that you're responsible, not whoever it is that got you added on their credit card because they're looking at their story. They're not looking at your story. So you got to make sure you add some primary accounts on your file. If you're going to use trade lines, go ahead. It will benefit the file. But at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you have some type of primary account showing your responsibility. Okay. Now, age, it could be fabricated, but it's a double-edged sword. So let's go back to this situation. Tim got 5 accounts, all open 5 years ago. That's 25 years combined. 25 divided by 5 is 5. So Tim's average age is 5 years old. Okay. Let's say, for instance, if Tim just went and opened up a brand new account. Okay. Now, of course, that account got to age like a baby. So it got to go 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. It got to go through all of those before it become 1 years old. And then when it become 1 years old, now it's 1 years old. So let's just say, okay, he opened up a new account. So Tim no longer got 5 accounts. Now Tim got 6 accounts. Okay. Tim no longer got 25 years because that new account that he had just aged a year. So now he got 26 years. So instead of us doing 25 divided by 5, now we got to do 26 divided by 6. Now Tim's average age just went down from 5 years to 4.3. So when it went down to 4.3, guess what? Tim lost some points in age. Okay, so it's a double-edged sword. So I tell a lot of people all the time, man, listen, if you're going to get payday loans and things like that, be careful, because every time you add a loan or you add some type of account to your credit profile, if that company report to the bureaus, it's pulling your score down, because your age is slowly going down because you adding all of these accounts, and then the years got to average. You're going to take those years and divide them by the amount of accounts, and every time you do that, your age come down. So you're losing more of that 82.5 points coming from age. All right. Now, if y'all got any questions about that, this video is not going to be public. It's not going to be published. I'm going to probably use it for one of my courses. But right now, I'm giving it to y'all free. So until it's up, if you got any questions on here, make sure you ask those questions so I can answer them for you. Okay. So now let's go back. All right. So we talked about payment history. We talked about utilization. We talked about age. Now let's talk about variety of credit. Credit, meaning mixture. Let's talk about mix. Mixture make up 10% of your score. So in that 10%, you're getting 55 points. Now it's a four-piece mix that FICO looking for. It's a four-piece mix they looking for. They looking for a mortgage. They looking for an auto installment. They looking for a revolving account, and they looking for a personal installment. That's the four-piece mix. So if you got all four of those, 9 times out of 10, you're getting that whole 10% coming from mixture of credit. All right. Now, a lot of people, when I talk to a lot of people, right? Some people might call me and they be like, Joe, I paid my car off and my score dropped. What happened? I say, well, listen, your score dropped because you just closed a piece of the mixture. So when you close that auto installment, it took away that piece of the mixture, and that's why your score dropped. So I'll be doing a seminar, right? And I ask a question and I say, hey, raise your hand if you had a car and your balance on your car was $10,000 and you just got gifted $15,000. How many people in here would take that 15,000 and pay their car off? Everybody raised their hand. Everybody raised their hand. So I say, no, what I would do is, if I know that I got a balance on my car that's 10,000 and I just got gifted 15,000, and if I had it on my mind to pay my car off, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop 8,000 towards the principal and leave a balance of 2,000 on that car, and just make smaller payments towards that 2,000. That way I don't close that auto installment and I keep my points from the mixture. Because at $2,000 on the principal, that's a drop in the bucket. We know we can always go pay that off, you know, but you can still keep that account open, which will still keep your mixture together. And then when you get to the point where you do pay it off, then so what? Pay it off. You will lose a little points because the account closed. But remember, every account on your file has age growing organically. So as that account continue to age, you're going to continue to get points from age from that account. So regardless if that account is closed or open, being that it's on a credit file, from the date that it was open, it's going to always continue to grow age. Okay. So if you get to the point where you got to pay that car off, pay it off. It's okay. You'll be all right. All right. And last but not least, credit inquiries. You got two different inquiries. You got a soft inquiry and you got a hard inquiry. A soft inquiry is only when you just checking your score to see where it's at. That's a soft inquiry. That don't impact your credit score. A hard inquiry is when you actually go out, run your social, and try to get some type of credit or try to get some type of banking product. Okay. A hard inquiry could hit your score. Okay, it will hit your score. But the thing about inquiries, they stay on your credit profile for 24 months. Okay. They're on there for 24 months. And after 6 months, the damage from that from the first time you got that inquiry, after 6 months, the damage from it minimizes. Okay. Now you can get inquiries off your file, but don't challenge any inquiries that's attached to active accounts, because you could jeopardize or forfeit that account. So what I mean by that is, say for instance, if you got a $40,000 credit card from Capital One, right? and you go try to get that inquiry removed, and you say, hey, I didn't authorize this inquiry, it's a chance that Capital One could close that whole account. So instead of you jeopardizing or forfeiting that line of credit or that credit card, just ride the 24 months out with that inquiry on the file, because it's more beneficial for you to have that line of credit versus for that inquiry to be off your file. So just ride it out. Okay. So now that's the algorithm. You know, everything that I just spoke about, that's the formula, that's the algorithm, that's how you put everything together. That's how your scores is being created. Now, let's talk about this from 0 to 850. All right? We just went over all the details, so let's go through it. Let's take this guy here. We're going to call him Randy. Okay? We're going to call this guy Randy. All right? Let's say Randy came to me and Randy had a 0. So he didn't have no score. Most of the times when you see somebody with a NA or they don't have no score at all, that means they haven't used their credit profile or their credit in the last 24 months. The most crucial time on your credit file is the last 24 months. Okay, that's the most crucial time. So when I'm working with somebody that just came home, that's been reformed, they just came home, they don't have a credit score. Or if I'm working with somebody that's older, that just didn't use their credit in some years, they don't have a credit score. Or if I'm working with somebody that's just only cash and all they've been operating with cash, they never use their credit, they never use their social, never put nothing down on anything, they don't have a credit score. So 9 times out of 10, they will have a 0. They won't have no score. So the first thing I'm going to do with this person here, when they come to me at a 0, I'm gonna get them some type of secured credit card. And in my company, I have credit cards. I have secured credit cards that'll get you it regardless of where your score is at. Okay, because sometimes even when you go get a secured credit card, they're gonna pull your credit file, and if they see something that they don't like, they may not give you that secured card. So I have a few secured credit cards within my blueprint that I put you on. Okay, so let's say we took this guy. He had a 0. We got him a secure card, so now he on the board. Okay, he on the board. So coach, we done took him off. We took him off the bench. We put him in the game. So now he jumps up to 300. Because remember, 300 is the lowest score that anybody could possibly have. Okay, so now he at 300. Now, this guy have no derogatory marks on his file. He don't have any late payments. He don't have any charge-offs. He don't have any collections. He don't have anything derogatory on his file. So he's getting that whole 192.5. Okay, so now we go from 300, 192.5 to 492.5. Okay, now we already had got him some credit cards. So we got him secure credit cards, and he's keeping his utilization between 1 and 7%. So he's getting the bulk of that 165 points. All right. So now we go from 492.5, 165. Now he had a 657.5. All right. Hey, his life's changing, y'all. Because remember, this dude was just at 0. So now he's sitting at a 657.5. So his life is changing now. Okay. Now, what he did next was he went ahead and called his granny. Like what we talked about Tim did a while back. He went ahead and called his granny and he said, Granny, how many credit cards you got? Granny said, I got 3 credit cards and they all 30 years old. So he asked Granny, he said, Granny, can you add me on as an authorized user? So Granny said, yeah, no problem. I'm gonna add you on as an authorized user. So now he tapped into age. So his age shot up. So now he's getting the bulk of that 82.5. So we go from 657.5 to 82.5. Now he's sitting at a 740. Hey, his whole life changed, y'all. This man whole life changed at this moment. So now, when he at the 740, guess what? He said, hey, Joe, I'm ready to get that house. I said, yeah, you ready to get that house. So what we did was we went ahead and got the house. A lot of people want a car too, but I'm telling y'all, don't get the car before you get the house. The reason why you don't want to get the car before you get the house is because it's debt to income ratio, your DTI. So when you go get the house or when you go through the mortgage company to get the mortgage, they're gonna calculate all of your expenses. So if you go get the car before the house, that car, the amount of that car is gonna calculate into your DTI, which would mean that you would get less of a house because you got this big debt over here on the car. Okay, so always get the house before you get the car. Okay, so what he did was he went ahead, he got the house. Okay, after he got the house, then he went ahead and he got the car. So now he got the nice brand new house. He got the nice brand new car sitting in the yard. Okay. And then what he did was he went out and he took out a personal loan so he could furnish his house. Okay, so now he got the personal loan, personal installment, and he already had the credit cards. So guess what he just did, y'all? He just hit the four-piece mix. Okay, remember we talked about the variety of credit and we talked about the mixture. So he just hit the four-piece mix. So once he hit the four-piece mix, we kick in that 55 points coming from mixture. So now we go from 740 to 55 points because mixture make up 10% of your score. And then, so we go 740, 55. Now you're sitting at a 795. Okay. Now, last but not least, like I said, inquiries. You could get inquiries off. It is a way to get them off. But like I said, if they're attached to an active revolving account, make sure you light step around it. And I wouldn't recommend you messing with those inquiries. But anything else that didn't stick, you could get those inquiries off. Now let's say he went ahead and he wrestled them off. He got the ones off. He don't have any inquiries on his file. So now he hitting that whole 55 points over here. Okay. Now we go from 795, 55 to 850. And that's how you walk a person from a zero to a hero. From a zero to 850. That's the algorithm. What I'm gonna do, y'all, is and like I said earlier, so let's go back. I'm gonna go back to my slide. Let's go back here. All right, here we go, y'all. Remember, I told y'all if you stay to the end, I have a free gift that will help you get results even faster. Okay. So that you don't have to try to figure out what's going on. So that you don't have to figure out where you need to start and what you need to do. Okay. Just so you don't have to figure out none of that. What I'm going to do for you, I'm going to do a free credit analysis on your file. Okay. I'm going to break your file down. I'm gonna tell you everything. I'm gonna serve it on a platter to you. I'm gonna say, hey, this is what's going on with your file. This is where your score is at. This is what you need to do, and this is where you need to go. Okay. And I'm gonna do that for you at no charge. That's gonna be absolutely free. All right. And that's my gift that I'm gonna give you for staying to the end of this video. So I'm gonna put the link in this video so that you could go ahead and you could set up everything so I could do the analysis on your file. And then once I do the analysis, I'm going to email it over to you. You're going to read the analysis. And if you want to schedule a strategy call with me, you can schedule a strategy call. We could do it. This would probably be the most valuable and most important 45 minutes that you invest into your life. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to break a strategy down for you. I'm going to give you a blueprint. I'm going to give you a roadmap, and then you're going to get that house. All right. And that's on me. So with that being said, man, listen, I appreciate y'all joining. I appreciate y'all watching this. Make sure y'all share this video. It's a lot of people that need this information. So if you was blessed to catch this video today, make sure you share it, man. It's a lot of people that need this information out here. And I think it's selfish if we get the information and we hold it on to ourselves and we don't share it with other people. It's a lot of people out here that need this information. It's a lot of people out here that want these things. And we got to make sure we play our part, man. We got to make sure we play our part. With that being said, this your guy, Joe Martin, man. I appreciate y'all. Uh, man, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. And we gonna keep on moving. We gonna keep on working, and we just gonna keep going, glowing, and growing. And I'm just playing my part out here in this huge world. I'm playing my part in this huge world. If you just came in here, you caught the end of this video, it's okay. I'm gonna lead this up to the end of the day. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna probably snatch this video down and I'm gonna put it inside one of my courses, and it will be paid content at that moment. But right now, I'm gonna leave it up. Y'all take this video, make sure y'all listen to it, write notes, get that free analysis, tune in, tap in with me. Let's get you in position. Let's get you that house. Let's get you whatever it is that you want. Because remember, credit is the gateway to everything. Okay. Credit is the gateway to everything. So with that being said, y'all, this is Joe Martin, big brother, 750 credit score on Instagram. I'll check y'all later, man. Y'all be good. Y'all have a prosperous Sunday. conclude the weekend strong, man. I love y'all, and I'll check y'all on the other side. Peace. We out.